Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm back this week with week 27, 28 and 29 of the hashtag 52 tags handmade challenge by Anne Brooke, the textile artist. I just thought I'd leave these on here a minute to show. I'm really loving how full they're looking. This is the first half of the tag challenge, 26 weeks here. I'm going to put the next lot on another ring, and then I'm actually going to find ribbon or some sari silk to tie them all on, because obviously the ring is not going to be big enough to hold 52. But I'm loving how they're looking really full, they're looking very different, but at the same time quite cohesive really. And I think actually you can sort of see, which I did not aim to do this, but it kind of does go from winter to spring to real summer. So I'm going to try and keep that theme going, that once we start moving into the autumn months I'm going to try to use more autumnal colours if I remember, but it looks as if I'm kind of naturally drawn to those right colours because it really looks like winter, spring and summer to me. Anyway, on to this week's tag, not with this week's, week 27, because I'm trying to group them together because they're only quick little videos really. This was week 27. The theme was beading, and I absolutely amazed myself that I could make this, I've got to say. I did have some beads already in, which I was obviously using for my junk journals, which I'm hoping to get back into. I just don't feel like doing it when the weather's nice. I'm just always in the garden. Anyway, this involved sewing through the fold of the fabric, popping your beads on, putting a knot, coming back up with your needle back through and finishing off inside there, so all your kind of knotty ends are hidden. And I just popped the lace across the top because it looked a bit bare. I did toy with the idea of popping some lace across there, but I decided to just leave it as it is. I really like that. I did specifically choose beads that I'd got that went with the backing fabric. It just looks nice. This week the theme, which was 28, week 28, was oh my goodness, I think it was spider's web. I've forgotten now. Anyway, if you check, I'll put the link to Anne's challenge down below. This, I chose my backing fabric first, which I love this fabric. It was actually I haven't glued that on, look. It was some that I had from my mum, so it's precious to me. I've got quite a lot of it, so I decided I'd use just a little bit on this tag. And I used the roses as my theme because for me this stitch that Anne taught us reminded me quite a lot of a rose, or it could look like a rose, so I did it in the same colour as the roses in the background. I did leave some of the spokes because I just thought it's kind of like leaves, so although it's quite a plain tag, I'm okay with that. And I just like how that sort of picks up the backing fabric. That was 28. And week 29, which was this week, this was a lot of fun. I haven't actually finished it, as you can probably see. She basically got you to save your threads in what was called an alt jar. I thought I'd saved enough, but I clearly haven't, because I can't quite finish this little bit of the well, I've done one on some wadding, so I've got some wadding still to fill. But what I am actually going to do with mine is, as I continue through the next lot of tags sewing them, I'm actually going to save all my threads from them and add them to this piece. And I do like that idea that if you save the threads off the project you've been working on, the threads, even though they're the waste, they're what you're cutting off, they kind of tell a story by themselves really. I'll remember what project I was working on for these. This was another project. This was just some bits and bobs I'd got over from actually darning, from mending, not actually even nice sewing projects. And then these gaps that I hadn't got quite room to fill in, I'm going to save from my project, so that in itself will tell a story of the threads I use in my next few tags. I love this idea. I'm going to use this again in other projects. And I just did a little square. I don't know why I wanted to do a square, but I did not feel like doing the rectangle this week, so I thought I'm going to do a little square. I'm going to leave all my little bits and bobs hanging off the end, like, you know, hanging off the back of it. and I don't know, I suppose because I am a very messy person, it just really appeals to me. I just love that really, so I thought if I leave it as a square, I can have all these bits still hanging off as they are. So I know it's not finished, but you get the idea. You basically just put your threads down, your cut off threads, and then just sew little tiny stitches to keep them all attached. So that was week 29, 28, which I've got to glue onto there, and 27. So that is all I've got for now. I hope to have a junk journal next time I'm around, but for now that's all, and thanks for stopping by. Bye bye.